This will be experimental. Have the prayers been translated?
We have some prayers in French in this book.
Well, these are different prayers. So these are the prayers that have come in your packet. So I would like to do these uniquely distinct Dzogchen prayers. And that's, so we will, first of all, recite the prayers in the first session, and then the second session I will explain line by line the meaning of the prayers. And then this will set us up, because these are lines of refuge and bodhicitta from the Dzogchen tradition that really are just such a perfect encapsulation of the Dzogchen view, which is a little different. So refuge and bodhicitta have a different flavor. They're ultimate refuge and bodhicitta in your own pristine awareness. And so I think I would like to use these prayers for our morning prayers. And then if you have other prayers that you would like to do, you can do those as well on your own time. So I don't know if those prayers have been printed and distributed, but it appears not. Is that correct?
I can translate them for tomorrow. It's you have many?
Yes, it's just the one page, or 2 page. Yeah. So today, then, because I don't have your prayers, and I'll just go through and, because, yeah, so no one has a copy of the prayers, even in English. Is that correct? Yeah. Is that the dedication prayer? Or? So this has a big Hri syllable at the top. So you don't have that. Okay. So perhaps we can just go through, and I will read the prayer, and you can do this as a silent meditation then, and then Christoph will be able to translate, and you can just really get the flavor then of what this practice will be. So it begins with, and I will explain this in the second session, it begins with refuge and bodhicitta, but in this Dzogchen flavor. These prayers are extracted from a tantric text of Dujam Rinpoche, one of the greatest Nyingma masters, the supreme head of the Nyingma order of the previous generation. And so I have just extracted this from the medium-length sadhana of the lake-born Vajra because it perfectly encapsulates Dzogchen refuge and bodhicitta. And then there is a 10-limb prayer of generating merit and purification. And then there is a 7-line prayer of praise for Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava. And that is recited then in Tibetan 3 times. And then after that is and I forgot my mala. There is a 4 empowerments, and I described those 4 empowerments, I'll describe them in the second session, exactly what's going on, but I talk you through those even while we're doing the prayers. And while we're getting the 4 empowerments, we are reciting 1 mala of a mantra of the lake-born Vajra. And so this is an especially powerful blessing to start the day, because all of these teachings that we will be going through that were transmitted to Dujam Lingpa came directly from Padmasambhava in the form of the lake-born Vajra. So they're, very short lineage here that comes from Padmasambhava to Dujam Lingpa to Dujam Rinpoche to Gyatro Rinpoche to Alan Wallace to me. So, anyway, so we'll begin and experimental today. So take this as a blessing and silent meditation, guided meditation, and we will guide you through this. Namo. In the state of natural rest, I take refuge. In the primordial, indestructible nature of existence. The great absolute space of the Bindu of clear light, the indwelling deity who is beyond transition and change. Ho, to unrealized beings, the forms created by the confusion of duality, although non-existent, are apparent as the realms of beings. With great self-knowing awareness, the taste of equality, I arouse bodhicitta as the naturally free, all-pervasive mind. Ah, may the all-pervasive guru of pristine awareness and emptiness approach. Remain present beyond transition and change. I bow down with the enjoyment of equality. I offer the world of all possible appearances, emerging as the ground of being. I acknowledge and confess my non-recognition of my own essential nature. I rejoice without convergence or divergence. I beseech you to turn the wheel of Dharma, the nada, empty of sound. Please remain spontaneously actualized. I dedicate my accumulated virtues in the absolute space of original purity. May I awaken as a youthful vase body. And then the 7-line prayer of the Lake-born Vajra. Hong Orgyen Yogi Nupjang Sam Pema Gesar Dongpo La Yamsen Choki Nudrupne Pema Jumne Shesu Drak Kordu Kandro Mangpu Kor Keki Jesu Dakdrup Ki Jengi Labchi Sheksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Hum Orgyen Yogi Nupjang Sam Pema Gesar Dongpo La Yamsen Choki Nudrupne Pema Jumne Shesu Drak Kordu Kandro Mangpu Kor Keki Jesu Dakdrup Ki Jingi Labchi Sheksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Hum Orgyen Yogi Nupjang Sam Pema Gesar Dongpo La Yamsen Choki Nudrupne Pema Jumne Shesu Drak Kordu Kandro Mangpu Kor Keki Jesu Dakdrup Ki Jingi Labchi Sheksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. And then visualize that in response to your supplication, the Lake-born Vajra comes to the space in front of you. So this is a manifestation of Padmasambhava, and you can just visualize him in his classical form. And feel his living presence there in the space in front of you as you receive the four empowerments. The first is the Vase Empowerment. And visualize receiving that from Padmasambhava in the form of white light that streams from an Om syllable at the crown of the lake-born Vajra and enters your own Ajna chakra in the space between your eyebrows and on your forehead. This white light enters and fills your body, purifying your identification with being the body of a sentient being, and thereby revealing your own Nirmanakaya. And so you continue visualizing this empowerment, the stream of white light, purifying your identification with being the body of a sentient being, while reciting then 1/4 of a mala, reciting the mantra of the lake-born Vajra. And it will be easier for you to do that when you have the text in front of you. Om Ahum Vajraguru Pema Turching Self Vajra Samaya Ja Siddhi Pala Om Om Ahum Vajraguru Pema Turching Self Vajra Samaya Ja Siddhi Pala Om Ahum Vajraguru Pema Turching Self Vajra Samaya Ja Siddhi Pala Om And visualize receiving the secret empowerment in the form of red light that streams from an Ah syllable at the throat chakra of the lake-born Vajra to your own, where it enters and fills your body, purifying your identification with being the speech of a sentient being, and thereby revealing your own Sambhogakaya. Om Ahum Vajraguru Pema Turching Self Vajra Samaya Ja Siddhi Pala. Om Ahum Vajguru Pema Churching Self Vajra Samaja Siddhipala Om Ah. And visualize receiving the wisdom empowerment in the form of indigo blue light that streams from a hum syllable at the heart chakra of the lake-born Vajra to your own, where it enters and fills your body, purifying your identification with being the mind of a sentient being, and thereby revealing your own Dharmakaya. Om Ahum Vajguru Pema Churching Self. Om Ahum Vajguru Pema Churching Self Vajra Samaja Siddhipala Om Ah. And visualize receiving the word empowerment in the form of red light, streaming from a Hri syllable at the navel chakra of the lake-born Vajra to your own, where it enters and fills your body, purifying your identification with being the body, speech, and mind of a sentient being, and thereby revealing your own Svabhavakaya. Om Ahum Vajguru Pema Churching Self. Om Ahum Vajguru Pematurjing Self Vajra Samaja Siddhi Pala Hum Ah. And now visualize that in an instant, the lake-born Vajra shrinks in size, turns to face the same direction that you are, and then comes to the crown of your head. And he dissolves into light, entering through your crown, and flows down the central channel to the bindu of clear light at your heart. And there the pristine awareness of the lake-born Vajra and your own pristine awareness merge and become one, indistinguishable, like pouring water into water. And simply rest in that view of the great perfection. We'll take a 6-minute break now and begin again at 7:05.